Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be talking about how a email apparently is going around, or maybe it's a slight rumor or leak, that Microsoft is going to be cutting thousands of jobs within, it feels like in a couple hours, potentially maybe even 24 hours at the latest. This was broken by Variety. It's going to be linked down in the description by Jennifer Mass. Thank you for this article. It'll be linked down in the description like I said before. The title goes, Microsoft to lay off thousands. Xbox chief says gaming division cuts will remove layers of management. Now, I don't know if I agree of the layers of management thing, because it's been proven that any AAA developer, whether it be Microsoft, Sony, or any big name, their definition of management is very loose. And I'm expecting also a lot of probably QA teams to be cut, because Microsoft keeps buying all these companies, in their eyes, there's going to be a lot of overlap with a lot of positions, even though I don't necessarily agree with that, because they're supposed to be their own separate things, entities within Microsoft, and they can't all use the same team for certain things, right? So I feel like they won't be doing that, but it's who knows at this point, because Microsoft is kind of bleeding on all sides right now, and the only thing that's really successful for them when it comes to gaming is the Xbox Game Pass. And I think that Xbox Game Pass, while successful in terms of gaining people to use it and play it and subscribe to it, I'm pretty sure it's bleeding money. I don't think it's profitable, and I don't understand right now how Microsoft is actually making money with Xbox. Like, I think that's the biggest problem right now. I have no idea how Xbox is making money, because I just don't think they are, which is one of the reasons why I feel like this thousands of cuts is almost like maybe just the start of some stuff like this. I mean, they've already done thousands of cuts when they bought Blizzard and stuff like that, so it's not that far from the truth. Just before we get into the article, I like to remind everyone, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. 95% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so I really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Microsoft is set to lay off thousands of employees worldwide Wednesday, including some in the Microsoft Gaming Xbox division. Variety has confirmed the total number of staff impacted is under 4% of Microsoft's global workforce, which totals approximate 228,000 employees. So it is going to be today then. So it's going to be happening at some point. We continue to implement organizational and workforce changes that are necessary to position the company and teams for a successful in a dynamic marketplace, a Microsoft spokesperson said Wednesday. I mean, that's just PR speak for we're firing a bunch of people, let's be honest here. Like, that's just some PR jargon. I don't know. I'm sure there's some small truth to it, but I can't help but just think it's just PR jargon. To position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas, we will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. Now, I honestly actually do kind of agree with the fact that I think there's too much management in game development. There's too many things you need to get approved. Sometimes you just got to try to make something in gaming. Like, it's one of the reasons why I feel like the indie game and AA space has been starting to thrive so much, because there's just, you don't need to get things approved as much in the AAA devs do. The AAA devs have to fight tooth and nail to get things approved to try things. And I feel like there's not enough flexibility in game development in the AAA space, because game development is, honestly, it's a mess, but in like a good way. Like, it's hard to plan for things. You can have an overarching plan and a vision, but you need to be able, that vision, part of a good plan and vision is flexibility in gaming, I feel like, because things will go wrong and you need to figure out how to fix those things in a reasonable manner. And the problem is, when you have so much management having to approve things and process things and have meetings to see about things, it slows everything down. So I do agree with that, though I don't necessarily agree with how much they're doing it, because I don't think that's what they're doing. I just think I feel like they're just using that as an excuse. Because I also think, like, for instance, like, quality assurance teams are going to be getting cut. Almost guaranteed. I feel like, because those are one of the first people that get cut in games, because they don't see them as necessary, which I disagree with, especially in the AAA industry, but we'll see. Microsoft Gaming Chief Phil Spencer said in a memo to staff Wednesday morning, out of respect for those impacted today, the specifics of today's notifications and any organizational shift will be shared by your team leaders in the coming days. Additional details regarding the Microsoft layoffs and which divisions have impacted, sources tell Variety that the cuts in gaming do not make up the majority, are expected to shared later Wednesday. I'm interested to see what Microsoft is cutting then. I guess it's probably the Windows 10 team, if there's a big Windows 10 team, because they're slowly putting everything to Windows 11. That would be a big one, I feel like. But it's still going to be interesting to see like what actually gets cut. See below for Spencer's full memo to staff, which was sent Wednesday and obtained by Variety, announcing the company-wide layoffs and how it'll impact Xbox below. Today, we are sharing the discussions that will impact colleagues across our organization. To position gaming for enduring success and allowing us to focus on strategic growth areas, we will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. Out of respect for those impacted today, the specifics of today's notifications and any organizational shifts will be shared by your team leaders in the coming days. Like I said before, I do agree with needing to have increased agility and effectiveness. Being flexible, I think, is something that really needs to happen in the wider AAA industries, because there just isn't enough flexibility. And honestly, I feel like some of the AAA industry has forgotten that you can't be Fortnite, you can't be Call of Duty, you can't be League of Legends or Valorant. You have to try to do something different, and you have to be flexible with that. Because the people that are playing Fortnite aren't going to stop playing Fortnite. They're just going to keep playing Fortnite and completely ignore your cool AAA game. And when your AAA game costs like hundreds of millions of dollars, you're not going to get that back when you sell a few million copies, which is what a lot of AAA games are selling now. Like, unless you're Call of Duty, you're not selling that many copies. You are making a lot on microtransactions for Call of Duty specifically, but that's a very specific case. But like, when you're making a AAA game, you're selling, I think you should aim to sell 1 to 10 million copies. And if you need to sell more than that to be profitable, then I think there's a budget problem or a time problem, or just there's a problem that you need to fix. And unfortunately, that does sometimes mean cutting people, but like, I feel like it's the people who are planning these things, because the people who are planning them, which is, to be fair, the management, which is being decreased, at least on Microsoft's side, it looks like, they need to make better plans. Like, when games take 4 to 5 years to make, you need to be efficient with that 4 to 5 years. And if you can decrease that to make a game a couple years, then maybe that'll be better. It's also because I feel like making such huge games that a lot of companies do just isn't sustainable for how the games are being made right now, and the amount of work being put into things that people don't care about. Like, Red Dead Redemption 2 is an amazing game, but like horsehair growth and stuff like that has mechanics and stuff like that. And the game is so realistic that I'm like, so much work has been put into systems that I don't think a lot of players care about. To be fair, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a unique case, and same with Rockstar, because it doesn't necessarily matter for them, but you understand what I'm trying to get here. I recognize that these changes come at a time when we have more players, games, and gaming hours than ever before. Our platform, hardware, and game roadmap have never looked stronger. The success we're seeing currently is based on tough decisions we made previously. We must make choices now for continued success in future years, and key part of that strategy is the disciplines to prioritize the strongest opportunities. We will protect what is thriving and concentrate effort on areas that are with the greatest potential, while delivering on the expectations the company has for our businesses. This focused approach means we can deliver exceptional games and experiences for players for generations to come. Yeah, I mean, I want to believe Phil Spencer on this, because Phil Spencer, while still being he's still a very, CEO, chief PR guy. He is a little bit, he's not absent from what he knows. Like, he knows video games more than a lot of CEOs, I feel like. But it's hard to say. Like, he even says, it seems like Microsoft, Xbox specifically, maybe not hardware, but like at least in Xbox games being played, they are the most successful they've been since like the 360 in terms of people playing games. Now, of course, hardware sales are super down for Xbox, but like people playing Xbox games, I think is as high as it's ever been. And the engagement has been crazy. And the roadmap for Xbox is really insane. With just like some of this, like even just like in the next 2 months, Grounded 2 is coming out, Outer Wilds 2 is coming out, or Outer Worlds 2, sorry, is coming out. I get those two names mixed up all the time. The new Gears of War game is being worked on. Avowed came out a couple months ago, and they own Call of Duty now, and they also own Blizzard. So like, there's so many things they can be working on right now. So it's just weird that to be fair, also they did say that the majority of the layoffs isn't in the games division, but I feel like Microsoft as a whole is doing well, so I don't know. It's kind of weird. Prioritizing our opportunities is essential, but that does not lessen the significance of this moment. Simply put, we would not be where we are today without the time, energy, and creative of those whose roles are impacted. Those decisions are not reflective of the talent, creativity, and dedication of the people involved. Our momentum is not accidental. It is the result of years' dedication, effort from our teams. Yeah, honestly, I hate it when anyone does this, because this means nothing to me. Like, this honestly means very little to me, because it doesn't, I honestly, I want to believe that Phil Spencer cares, but it's hard for me to believe anyone cares when you say, thank you for your work, you're fired. Like, that's what you're saying. Thank you for your time and effort, you're fired. Go away. Like, that's what this statement says to me. And I want to believe Phil Spencer that he truly believes that, but if you truly believe that, I don't think these people would have been fired. Or if this was true, or if these words actually meant anything, they wouldn't have been fired or laid off. So I don't necessarily believe them. HR is working directly with impacted employees to provide severance plans benefits aligned with local laws, including pay, healthcare coverage, and job placement. Resources support their transition. Employees whose roles were eliminated are encouraged to explore open positions around Microsoft Gaming, where their applications will be given priority review. Well, I mean, that's at least nice. But I mean, I feel like that's generally the bare minimum, hopefully. Thank you to everyone who shaped our culture. Yeah, okay, just more PR talk. We'll move forward with deep appreciation and respect for all who have contributed to this journey, Phil. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty typical CEO announcing everyone that they're getting fired, because even though everything is up, they're still getting fired, which is still so stupid, and such a dumb reality we live in when it comes to that. And to be fair, that exists, it feels like, everywhere in the world, but it seems to be hitting the gaming world very hard right now. And it's really stupid. It's really dumb. And I feel like a bunch of game projects that we've heard about are going to be canceled in the next couple days, and I'll be doing videos on those, because I feel like tons of stuff is about to be canceled. But we're going to have to see how it really goes. Thousands of jobs are about to be eliminated, it looks like. And from what we can tell, at least the way Variety says it, the majority of it isn't in the gaming sections, but some of it is still in the gaming scene in terms of Microsoft. Because let's say because it's Microsoft, not Xbox, that's firing people. So it's everyone at Microsoft, which is really unfortunate. So hopefully the people that do lose their jobs can recover, and I will be looking to see in the next coming days to see what was canceled, and we'll see about making videos about those. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it if you do. 95% of the people who watch my channel aren't subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you dislike it. I understand. You just heard my opinion. I would love to hear your opinion on this in the comments down below. What you guys think about all this crazy stuff happening? So many people getting laid off. I was hoping it was going to end anytime soon, but it seems like it's ramping up again, which really sucks. If you'd like to follow me on other platforms, I have a Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads. Thank you everyone for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.